all sorts of flinging herself to the track and wrapping the comedy check around her head. But she was absolutely delighted with that. But then some while afterwards did a training session on the warm-up track. Quite a meaty one as well, I think. 6 laps to go, 22:16. So the world record is still possible. 29:06.82. Hassan said afterwards she thought she could go under 29 minutes if she needed to. Well, there's deep concentration going on here. Is she looking at the lights? Is she aware of them as the evening sunshine fades? I guess there'll be more brightness in them. They're on the either side of that curb rail. Still on 29:06 pace. The world record is 29:06.82. If you've stayed with us from the beginning of this coverage, well done. Thank you. It promised to be one of the best carnivals of endurance running that we've seen in the last Olympic cycle. And it's been great right the way through from 800 metres. But the women's 10,000 was on last, maybe by accident, maybe deliberately. But it could be a real blockbuster finale. And it rides with this woman, letesenbet, the world 5,000 metre record holder, on schedule for the world 10,000 metre record. Getting urged on by a very knowledgeable crowd. The athletes you can see in the background have already raced. And Joss Herman's trying to clear the track. The etiquette is if you're lapped, you should move out. And she's done that. Fair play. Not many athletes experience that. If you're as world-class as this invited field, you won't have experienced being lapped very often, so you won't be thinking about what to do. A 69-second lap with 2,000 metres to go. So it is very much on. The world record. You haven't got time to go away and make a cup of tea because it's happening now and it's live on the stream from Hengelo. Look at that. How tantalising is that? That blue wave is the ghost of Sifan Hassan from Sunday afternoon. Lots of people shouting the detail of what she needs to do. So strong. 4 laps to go. She was on 24:35. Now, you'll have to rely on me here in the closing stages. I know I'm giving you lap by lap updates. The wave light technology helps you because the blue light is where the world record sits. The end time that we're going to be looking for on the clock on the Toblerone just beyond the finish line is 29:06.82. If it happens, it will be one of the shortest lived endurance records ever. It's probably happened during heats and semi-finals of an Olympic Games that one heat has set a world record and another one has come back at it. But they're rare things in athletics because they're good. We're in the era of the super shoes. Hengelo is a dream ride for athletes, especially at 10,000 metres. There's the clock, 25:37. Three laps to go, 25:42 was the split. Well, Hassan was just like a machine in the closing stages, but Guide, I wonder if they'll both be in the same 10,000 metre race in Tokyo in the World Championships. They've both got options at 5,000 metres and in the case of Hassan at 1,500 metres. But my goodness, what a 48 hours it has been in this little town in the east of Holland. This track, which has seen so much history, just belongs to women's 10,000 metre running at the moment. 68 seconds was the last lap that we saw. So all she's got is the urging on of Martijn Visser on the PA system. The supporters, there aren't really any spectators to speak of. So she's having to generate the motivation for this herself. She's been absolutely expressionless. There's been no obvious fatigue. It's a bouncy stride that she has to maintain, but she's doing it. Joss will be almost in lane one with her. There's Valentine de True. Joss has seen so many world records. He's mainly getting rid of people that are being lapped so she can run the shortest line. God, he's running it with her, isn't he? Still ahead of world record at this point. It will be the bell this time. My goodness me. We will be talking about this. Which venue saw 2 world records in 48 hours in the same discipline, same gender? Oh, 29:06:82 awaits Gide. This will be the bell. Still got time to clear the nostrils. A good sign. There's the bell. Ask not for whom it tolls. We're on 28 minutes. Oh, it's not a given, this one. It's not a given. It needs something a bit special on this last lap. She did a 66. She needs another 66. It's going to be very close. But it is going to be one of the shortest-lived world records in history. She's got a lot of bodies on the track. Joss is hoovering them off the side there, so she has a clear run down the straight. Wow, 2 amazing women, 2 solo world record attacks. They will go head-to-head potentially in Tokyo. But here we go, last 100 meters for letesenbet, Gide. They're making a way for her. Is she going around the outside? She doesn't care. She's coming down the inside, 29:06:82 to break a world record that was set here just on Sunday. Keep your eye on the clock in the background. I think she's going to do it. It's going to be close, but she's going to get there. 29:02, a new world record. She holds both world records, 5,000 and 10,000. She thanks divine powers for that one. Wow. If you're a woman 10,000 meter runner, come to Hengelo. At that time, is it 29:01? Who would have thought that we would see female athletes on the brink of breaking 29 minutes? 29:01:04. She holds both of the long track world records. One in October last year, and now letesenbet Gide is the fastest of all time. I wonder what Sifan Hassan thinks watching this. She ran brilliantly to smash the old world record, and it has gone by another 5 seconds on the same track 2 days later. Crazy times, literally. Don't step on the track, yeah. Be careful. Be careful out there. Oh. Now, we haven't really been paying attention to what's been going on behind. That was a 63-second last lap. So she went from being just inside to way inside. Final few finishers coming in. 1 or 2 of them needing a little bit of help. A reminder that the Olympic qualifying mark, which I think is still running, is 31:25. So a few athletes who were double lapped still to come in. There was an issue with the lapping, especially for the Australian women on Sunday and the lap count, because I think the clock stopped and showed 0 to go, but that was for Hassan. So we're on 31 minutes now. So anybody finishing in the next 20 seconds is inside the Tokyo qualifier. Joss, the man who cleared the track for her, and her manager, has now seen 2 world records on this track at this meeting at this stadium that he helped make so famous. Oh. Yeah, we need to keep the inside lane clear. Bit of respect to the runners still finishing. And to social distancing. Unless you're in the same bubble. Last lap of 63. What a race that is going to be in Tokyo. Valentine Dutroux from her management company. There it is on the background. So we've only just gone through the Olympic qualifying automatic time of 31:25. So there are an awful lot of people that she lapped at least once who still went inside Tokyo qualification. So if you tuned in to the live stream, who'd have thought it? A world record to culminate what have been 10 brilliant races to attempt to finalise the Tokyo team for the Ethiopian endurance stars. They won 8 medals, across all sports in Rio. It was a good showing, but all of them were done in the distances which we've seen tonight and the marathon on the road. So it's a heavy responsibility to wear the red, green and gold of Ethiopia in Tokyo. But by today's evidence, there will be a few medals to be had on that track. Oh, well, we have athletes still finishing. We'll bring you the results caption when we can. I hope the absence of a clock in the bottom right-hand side of the screen didn't spoil from your enjoyment of that world record attempt. We kind of knew what was in prospect, and wave-like technology certainly helps with spectating from that perspective, doesn't it? But 2 world records in the same discipline on the same track in 2 days. There's Gide. She was a bit more subdued, wasn't she, than Hassan. Hassan was flinging herself on the track and didn't know what to do. This is a much cooler customer. There it is, confirmation bottom left of a world record, and not her first one either. I wonder if she's off to do a track session as Sifan Hassan did. Just interested to see on the scrolling caption how many women put themselves automatically in a qualification position for Tokyo, because you can see with 29.01 there's still 2.5 minutes for people to finish. So even folk that were lapped could be in that frame. We've got Francine Niyonsaba in there. I didn't see her during the race, but let's catch up with that on the results. And we had Dolce Tesfu of Eritrea. So that time has been corrected very slightly to the 100th for the new official world record, 29.01.03. I think the hundreds were adjusted. What a time. I mean, there will be very good runners around the world, male runners, thinking, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do 29.01. The gaps are narrowing between male and female distance running, and certainly the old, what used to be thought of as good times previously in the era of super shoes, has changed out of all recognition. But it is still head-to-head racing that we enjoy most, isn't it? And we'll have plenty of that in Tokyo. Hassan against Gide, Netherlands against Ethiopia. Won't that be a great one? Straight final, no pacemakers. They can both close quickly. They've both set world records in Hengelo in June. It's still a shirt sleeves evening in Hengelo. The weather could not have